Okay. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's session where we'll get to talk about money, how to earn it, how to grow it, certainly how to multiply it by legal and credible means, leveraging technology. This effort is courtesy of Genius Investors, and my name is Lawrence Enebeli. I'll be anchoring tonight's session, while our presenter will be Christy Emmanuel. Genius Investors were a team comprised of individuals who love to research across the globe. It's our passion and interest to find investments and businesses that meet the criteria that makes them legal and credible and meets the criteria given by a gentleman called Warren Buffett and another called Robert Kiyosaki, both of whom are known well educators and investors in the world up to date. And when we find such, we first of all test it with our own private resources. When we confirm it, we bring it to the public to share. So that's why we've invited you here. And the Genius Investors YouTube channel is dedicated to that effort. So our presenter today is versed in the knowledge of wealth education. And she has a background of over 14 years combined experience in teaching and school administration. You know, teachers are very good in passing information out to the ordinary person so you can get it without much ado. And in addition, she's versed. She's a blockchain enthusiast. An enthusiast is someone who studies the blockchain with the aim of understanding it and to show us, most importantly, where the income, the money, and the wealth generating abilities opportunities are located. And she's also a member of the mastermind behind Fast Track Wealth Academy. So ladies and gentlemen, I hand you over to our presenter today. She's known to be a bit fast, though you will understand what she says. So it is your best interest to have a writing material or a notepad which is to jot down points. Then you can drop your feedback or questions as chats on the chat button. And if you're watching the replay, you can get across to us by leaving a message on the chat button on YouTube, or you reach out to us on social media. You can see our social media handles already on screen. So over to you, Christy.
Yes, thank you, Coach Lawrence. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear. And your slide is
great, thank you. And welcome guests to another session where we talk about money, how you can earn it, how you can keep it, and certainly how you can grow it through legal and credible means. So this is one of such, businesses that we have found on the blockchain. And so here is a disclaimer. We have thoroughly researched this, and we here at Genius Investors, documented the result of our due diligence. So in case you need that due diligence report, please make a request. But why we are saying this is, as much as we're glad to share this information with you, it does not stop you from doing your own due diligence. So feel free to do so, request for the materials if you will. And once you're able to finish that and you come to the same conclusions, by all means, take advantage of what we're here to share with you. So with that said, let's get into today's topic. Like I said, we're talking about money. And so let's quickly look at the chart on my screen. This was put together by Robert Kiyosaki. He's one of the finest financial educators in the world. And in his work called Cash Flow Quadrant, he described 4 ways in which people make money. As you can see here, we have the employee quadrant and the self-employed quadrant on the left-hand side. And we have the business owner quadrant and the investor quadrant on the right-hand side. So what's the challenge with people here on the left-hand side? This is where most people begin actually. So they find themselves, working in an organization, in an office, whether it's public or private. But one thing you should know that people here, especially the employees, have to put in their time, their effort, their expertise to earn money, without which they're not able to gain any income. So if for any reason they don't show up, then they're not able to earn money. The self-employed people, the same thing, they put in their time and effort. Actually, they employ themselves. They have all the, all the time is put into what they're doing. So one of the key challenges they have here is that time is always against them. They don't have time to even spend whatever money they would have earned from doing their business. So this is another drawback. So all the people on this side of the quadrant actually putting in time, effort, they have to show up, without which they don't earn. Then for those on this right-hand side, these are people who really understand how money works. Business owners, for instance, understand that 24 hours is all they've got. So what they do is to build a system that allows them leverage other people's time, other people's money, other people's efforts, and other people's expertise. So you can see these are very smart people. And this allows them, build multiple businesses as it were, or even participate in other businesses. So these are the likes of Google, Amazon, Dangote, if you're a Nigerian, and so many other businesses out there. Then investors are very, very smart people, in my opinion. They understand how money works. So for you to be an investor, you already have money, okay? Or at least you understand how money works, and you have a system that is fetching you money. And so these people apply their financial intelligence to identifying businesses that are legal, that are credible, that allows them send their own money on an errand, and whether they're sleeping, whether they're holidaying, whatever it is they're doing, their money is working hard to make them more money. So today we're going to be showing you a system that allows you move from this side of the quadrant. Since this is where most people actually are anyway. So we're this side of the quadrant to the right-hand side of the quadrant. In case you've not already noticed, you can see we have 95% of the adult population on this side of the quadrant. That's on the left-hand side, struggling to share 5% of the wealth the world has to offer. But on the right-hand side, where we are showing you the opportunity, that we have for you today, you can already see we just have meager 5% of the adult population, and they're enjoying a whooping 95% of the wealth the world has to offer. The question you're going to be asking yourself, assuming you're on this side of the quadrant, what is it that these people here know that we don't know, or that I don't know, that I can take advantage of immediately and start building wealth for myself? Today, we're here to unravel that for you. And I encourage you to stay put, get your writing parts, whatever it is, to capture your thoughts and be ready to interact at the end of today's presentation. So today, we're here to show you an opportunity that allows you co-own a blockchain. Remember, I mentioned blockchain. It's an opportunity you don't want to miss for anything. And because you are co-owning that blockchain, allows you to participate in a market that is worth at least $800 trillion as we speak. And then you're also able to own what we call Masternode Hub. That Masternode Hub allows you access into the digital minting of different coins and ecosystem project tokens, which I'm going to be explaining. And this opportunity is for at least a decade, which means you have the opportunity to keep minting these tokens for at least a decade. Then you're also able to earn in different digital assets. Your earnings are digital, and you can convert them to other assets of your choice if you choose. There are mobile apps that have already been designed for such purpose. And you can also participate in other activities like staking, liquidity provision. Of course, there's the newest one, which will be launched in 3 days from now, which is the vending pool. All these are, avenues for you to also build more wealth for yourself while being in this ecosystem. And then finally, we're going to be talking about the Global Business Expansion Program. Though it's optional, but if you understand how it works and you take advantage, you'll be really glad that you did. So all these and more we're going to be talking about today. So today we're going to be focusing on blockchain technology. It's the new way of capturing information, data, ownerships, businesses in a decentralized manner, in an immutable manner, in a transparent manner. So the area we're focusing on, of course, blockchain can be applied in different industries. We're focusing on businesses and how blockchain is disrupting these businesses in such a way that people can participate no matter where they may be. And that is what we call tokenization. So tokenization makes it possible for you to participate. And the blockchain we're focusing on that's making this possible is the ZeniQ blockchain. They've already been around since 2021, and they've made massive progress, and they've got some solid, strategic corporations and partnership, one of which is Safir Group International. So Safir Group International is a company that has the exclusive right to distribute all hardware products and software products coming out of ZeniQ. And the way they're doing it is such a fantastic thing, and I'm going to be explaining that. So this is one partnership you have to take a note of, Safir Group International. Another partnership is with Ramsey. Ramzik is an Arabic word that means your token. So why ZeniQ is the blockchain that is currently building different solutions across different industries today, Ramzik is a company that is making sure that ZeniQ succeeds. And it does so because it allows only the best project to come onto the ZeniQ ecosystem. Not only that, it has events that it schedules throughout the year to open up prospects, to allow people see what's happening in the ZeniQ ecosystem and how they can take advantage. One of which is the ZenCon, that is the ZeniQ conference where coders, programmers, creators, blockchain leaders, come together, business owners, to explore the ZeniQ blockchain and see solutions that they can develop, with which to solve problems for humanity. So a lot is happening with the Ramzik ZeniQ corporation. So like I told you, ZeniQ is focusing on tokenization. So in case you're wondering what tokenization is just simply a way of allowing different people, anyone as it were, to be part owner of a particular asset. Now, whether that asset is tangible or intangible, that person is able, or group of people, or anyone as it were, is able to participate in these assets. So what happens is that the ownership of that particular asset or business is divided into what we call tokens, and these tokens are now traded on a blockchain. So this is the 21st century way of allowing people to own any business, no matter where they may be. Gone are the days where you have to be in a particular location or region to be able to participate in any business of your choice. And you do so in such a decentralized, in such a transparent, and in such an immutable manner, so that everybody participates and it's a win-win. So not only individuals, but even big corporations, big businesses can bring their own businesses for tokenization. So what that basically means is that they're opening doors for people to participate in their business, no matter where they may be. And that saves a lot of money for them. Of course, it facilitates the business, it makes it grow faster than normally it would, and so many other benefits. Of course, on the side of the investors, there's security, there is data protection, and a lot of other things that come in place to ensure that the process is seamless. So look at all these industries and more. These are industries that people can actually have their businesses tokenized, and industries that you too can participate if you are an investor. So a lot is happening here. Just take it like, the traditional way in which people go out there, buy shares of different companies that they want to, have shares in or have stocks in. Today, it's gone digital, and tokenization is making that possible. And the platform enabling this as we speak is the ZeniQ blockchain. That's because it has what we call the smart chain. Smart chain is a layer of the blockchain that allows businesses that want to now, put their project on the blockchain. So it allows them build and develop their business on top of that blockchain. So we have about 9 blockchains already as we speak that can do tokenization. But guess what? ZeniQ is at the forefront. It is one of the blockchains that are really taking it very seriously to say, I'm going to be leading in this market. I'm going to be having the first movers advantage. And that same first movers advantage is what they're handing right into our hands. That is true because according to World Economic Forum, we have assets that are valued already at least $800 trillion. Meaning that you have all this enormous value coming onto the blockchain that is moving from the traditional sense of doing business to the digital way of doing business, of course, leveraging the blockchain. And guess what? Our ZeniQ blockchain is already at the forefront. Now, not only have they projected this, they also projected that about 24 trillion of this 800 trillion would have been unwrapped by 2027. That is, 24 trillion of this value would have fully moved into the blockchain, or that is the businesses that are holding, or the industries that are holding this value would have come onto the blockchain. This is so disruptive and you don't want to miss out. Now, see the key thing here. Like I said, we have $24 trillion to be moved by 2027, and we have about 9 blockchains that can do tokenization, even though all of them are not really focusing on tokenization at this point. Now, if you divide 24 trillion by 9 blockchains, okay, that gives you about $2.6 trillion in value that each of these blockchains can share equally if they were all focusing on tokenization at the same time. But guess what? They are not focusing on it at the moment, and so ZeniQ is ahead of the curve. And so that allows it the opportunity to, take on so much of this value even before these other blockchains begin to catch up. So you see that it's such an interesting thing to understand what is happening in this ecosystem and how you can position yourself to take advantage of this enormous wealth that is being transferred. There is current wealth transfer happening today, and only those who have the right information and take the right steps are going to be benefiting from that. Are you one of them? What are you going to be doing with the information we're sharing with you? I'm sure by the time you end this presentation, you will see every reason to begin to think in the right direction. Now let's talk about the ecosystem of ZeniQ. Why the tokenization is going to be so seamless, why everything is going to be happening as it should. ZeniQ has tools, it has features, it has software development applications that it has put in place to ensure that people are onboarded swiftly into their ecosystem to be able to take advantage of all that's going to be happening in this industry. The first of its kind is the ZeniQ Hub. This ZeniQ Hub allows you participation into the ZeniQ ecosystem, and with this hub you can do all kinds of projects. You can participate on all kinds of projects. So our time will not allow me to expand on this, but we've already covered in our previous presentations what this is and how you can take advantage. This is a physical device. Of course, there's the in-house, hub, ZeniQ Hub. And like I said, it allows you participate in everything and take advantage of everything happening here in the ecosystem. We have the normal app. It's different from the regular blockchain apps that you have there. It allows you to monitor all your digital, investments, as it were. There's the NFT marketplace. There's also the ZeniQ Messenger, where you can interact with people, other users within the ZeniQ ecosystem, and even exchange value without necessarily leaving the ecosystem. So this is such a fantastic one. There is a swap already you can find in the ZeniQ Hub, and the swap allows you exchange one token for the other, one digital currency for the other, and you do it in such a seamless manner. The rates are the best in the market, unlike other other swaps that charge you an arm and leg, to do a simple swap. This is just fantastic. It's a no-brainer, and you love it. Then we have a staking program, which I'm going to be explaining. Of course, the debit card is there that allows you, pay for services online, book a flight, pay for your vacation, and all kinds of. So of course, the interface between fiat and cryptocurrency is solved here because this is done in such a seamless manner. Then we have the ZeniQ ecosystem coin. This is the device or the hub that makes this possible. So you can't possibly have this if you don't have the hub. So the hubs mint the ecosystem coin. It is called the ecosystem coin because it's the bearer of all the value that is going to be coming out of the ecosystem. So it's really important that you pay attention to the process that leads to minting these coins every single day. Remember, holding the tokens and the coins shows your part ownership of the projects as they get onboarded on the ZeniQ ecosystem. Of course, tokenization is the big talk. I'm going to be expanding this with time. And then I already mentioned that ZeniQ has its own smart chain. Smart chain makes it possible for businesses to be onboarded on the blockchain, thereby giving you the opportunity to co-own those projects with them. So it's such an elaborate ecosystem that allows you spread your wings and consciously, deliberately build wealth. All this and more we're going to be dissecting in the course of this presentation. So you're asking now, what value is the ZeniQ blockchain already bringing to the marketplace? Are there industries they have already penetrated? What solutions are they providing? Yes, there are a number of them we're going to be discussing today. As you can see on my screen, this is focusing on the environment. This is on the entertainment industry. We have aviation. Of course, CD is focusing on real estate. And then we have a project that is targeting the cargo, industry, So I'm going to be describing them very briefly so that you get a hang of all that's happening. Before I go further, please, we held a meeting yesterday and we discussed in depth everything you need to know about TUPAN. So TUPAN is the project that is focusing on the environment. Please, after this presentation, feel free to make a request of that presentation. You will be glad that you did. But to briefly explain, TUPAN is focusing on the environment. So what it's doing basically is to remove the excess CO2 from the environment and replace it with equal amount of oxygen. Why? Because CO2 is damaging our environment. It's not good for us. It's not good for plants. It's not good for animals. And it's causing a lot of, climate change and damage to our environment. So how are they doing it? They're doing it with blockchain. And the process of, taking out the CO2 from the environment leads to what we call the CO2 certificates. These CO2 certificates are certificates that need to be gotten by these companies whose activities are contributing huge emissions of CO2. Industries like the aviation or transport industry, building, construction, mining, electricity, all these are different industries and activities of man. Manufacturing companies, building, construction, all these things are activities of man that are pushing a lot of CO2 into the environment. So in order for them to remain profitable, of course, to remain active in their various industries, they need to lay their hands on the CO2 certificate. CO2 certificate is their own way of showing their commitment to reducing their own carbon footprint. So in case you're asking now, how do I participate? What's in for me? How do I come into the picture? Remember, TUPAN is giving you the opportunity to solve that same problem with them. That's why there is a community of people who are helping solve that same problem of removing CO2 from the environment and, replacing it with oxygen so that the fauna and flora, of the world is balanced. And so they allow you to do so once you lay your hands on the ZeniQ. Remember, I mentioned that the ZeniQ allows you to participate in different organization projects as they come on. So since you have the ZeniQ allows you mint what we call the TUPAN community token. Okay, so because you're minting this, you're part of the ecosystem. Now, the profit gotten from the sales of these hubs now are used to buy land. The profit is managed by an investment fund called Forest AU Green. And so this investment fund is, SEC regulated, is the first digital asset issuer in the whole of United States. So you can already see that it's well backed and everything is in place as should be. So the profits gotten from the sales of this hub are now used to buy land in the Amazonia. In case you don't already know, Amazon is the largest rainforest in the world, and it contributes about 10% of the oxygen we breathe and about 50% of what causes rain to fall globally. So you can see it's a site that cannot, be underrated. So recently, there's been human activities that is, endangering this particular area, the rainforest. And guess what? This rainforest is so large that it cuts across about 10 countries as we speak. And so there's need for us to protect this Amazon forest, and that is where TUPAN is focusing on. So they go there, they buy land, they start doing all kinds of regeneration and preservation activities. Remember, the process of doing that, because of the regulation and everything that's happening, you're sure that these CO2 certificates can be relied on and that they're actually doing what they're supposed to do. So giving rise to these certificates is the activities that are happening here by TUPAN and all the people involved. So these CO2 certificates are now sold through the investment fund still to these big businesses who are looking to lay their hands on the CO2 certificate. Remember, access to the CO2 certificate is their own, way of showing that they're committed to removing the excess CO2 their own businesses are pushing into the environment. Failure of which, they have the risk of, stopping their business. So this is such a fantastic thing. Remember, these are big corporations, that are worth billions and billions of dollars. So it's not just a small market. This is a huge market, and it is expected that it will grow by 21.4% in the next decade. So a lot of things compounded actually, growth. So you can already see the huge opportunity there for you, for everyone who is listening to me today. But one important thing I want you to know is that the profit generated from selling this is now used to go back to the community. Remember the community where you belong? Yes, where you and I and every other person in the project are constantly minting the tokens every day. The profits are now used to go back to the market and buy off excess of this CO2, this TUPAN token, so that your holdings continuously remain valuable. So this is just a nutshell of how this works, and this is a win-win for everyone who is participating. Now, another project that is already active on the ZeniQ ecosystem is the CD project. That's the first, it's the first real estate, project on the ZeniQ blockchain. And this is in Austria, currently on. Development is currently on and people are already taking advantage. So you can already tell that real estate is a very stiff industry. Stiff in the sense that not everyone, no matter how much they want to play in the real estate industry, is able to do so because it is capital intensive. But guess what? ZeniQ makes this possible, makes it seamless. You too can own a piece of real estate no matter where you may be, and it's doing so leveraging, its smart chain. So you have the city project, the real estate project, already tokenized on the ZeniQ ecosystem or ZeniQ blockchain, as it were. And so you are able to have access to the token, the hub. That means the token. Remember, the token represents your co-ownership of the project. So the profits that is gotten from selling these hubs are now used to go and develop real estate projects across the globe. The first is in Austria, which is currently on. And guess what? Once this is done, people are going to be needing real estate for their commercial purposes, for residential purposes, or even buying it, buying it out, as it were. And so you have a situation where this project is generating, profits, and the profit is now, reflected on the holdings, as it were. Real estate is known to appreciate in value with time. And so as these projects are appreciating in value with time, that's also how your own, participation is also appreciating with value, in value with time. More so, they're able to, use the profit from, the sales or rentals of this real estate to buy off excess of the tokens that you have in the market that is being minted by the, city community, and that, also improves the quality of your holding. A lot of things are happening here, but time will not allow me to expand on this. But this is one sure way to have your hands in the real estate business, and all this is happening in the ZeniQ ecosystem. Then let's talk about another project that is fully launched in the ZeniQ ecosystem. That's Regardless. Regardless is a movie, a true life story actually of a particular person called Ilan Dogan. And in that movie, he shared his life experiences, how he was able to overcome all the challenges he had in life, leveraging the network marketing company. So this is a movie that network marketing, individuals or professionals will love because of the lessons that are bound in this movie. Remember, it's a real life movie put together, and this movie is already tokenized. Imagine the entertainment industry and the value that it's bringing. I mean, of course, the value it is generating every year, billions and billions of dollars. So what about having these movies tokenized so that people can co-own these movies and also earn rewards for doing so as they get more and more exposed to the world? As I speak, this Regardless project is ready to be premiered in at least 25 countries in the world today. It was first premiered in Dubai, around 3rd or 4th of December last year. And as we speak, it's getting ready to be premiered around the world in at least 25 countries. And of course, that means massive, massive exposure and of course, income for everyone who is already part of the ecosystem. So we're encouraging you to take this seriously, go back there and get the link to be part of what is happening here and start enjoying what we're enjoying already at Genius Investors. So we talk about another project. It's called T-Drone. It's another disruptive innovation from Tupan. And this is in the cargo industry. What is different from, what is T-Drone doing different from what you already have out there? The T-Drone is a drone that can take off vertically and land anywhere, and it provides the opportunity to deliver services, goods in a very swift manner, in timely manner, and of course at a low cost. Why? Because it can it has very high speed, cover very low range, and can land anywhere and deliver whatever service or product anywhere. Different from what you already have. If it were a helicopter or the regular airplanes that we use for cargo delivery, you can already tell the cost of doing all this, the time it will take, the fact that it may not reach every nook and cranny of the world, but you have, a craft, a drone that can take at least up to 400, kg of weight and can deliver it anywhere in the world. So much so that it is diverse in its mission. It can serve in the medical industry, cargo delivery, most of all, then search and rescue. The government will need it, the military will need it, entertainment industry will need it, all kinds of industry we need it, even agriculture we need it. So a lot is happening here, and the T drone is disrupting the way, cargo is shipped across the globe. And so it's such an opportunity for us to co-own this particular project on the ZeniQ ecosystem and also benefit from doing so. Join us this Tuesday. We're going to be having an in-depth discussion on how this works and how you can take advantage. Then, in case you're asking now, how do I be part of this that's happening? Remember, I mentioned the ZeniQ Hub. You need to have access to the ZeniQ Hub. And there are two types. We have the ZeniQ Hub that comes with a physical device, and we have the in-house minting hub. Whichever one you go for, they have the same minting capacity, only a difference in their price. So this goes for 2,000 euros approximately, and the in-house minting hub goes for 1,500 euros. So once you've gotten this or multiples of these hubs, then you can now go for the add-ons for each of these projects. Remember, each of these projects are unique and they are solving different problems in the different industries, but you have the opportunity to participate in all these industries leveraging the ZeniQ ecosystem. So each of them goes for 998 euros, approximately 1,000 euros. So you can, once you get the ZeniQ Hub, one of it or multiples of the hubs, you can also get each of these hubs, the add-ons as it were, and multiples of the add-ons of each of these projects attached to your ZeniQ Hub. Doing this saves you 23% of the cost, if you were just buying these hubs alone. So if you don't buy the ZeniQ Hub and you just go straight to buying these hubs or multiples of these hubs, then you're going to be buying it 23% higher. But if you go for the hub, the ZeniQ Hub first, and then you come for this, then you're having a discount of 23%, which allows you save money. Then we have the minting shares. What this basically means is if you cannot get the full hubs, the full minting node, then you can as well share this hub with other investors across the globe. So the lowest is 100 euros, meaning that you share this with 31 other people with you, making 32. So that is one of 32nd of a hub, and 700 on this category is the highest, where you share one hub with another person. So please reach out to your host. They'll be able to give you all the options available so that you can take advantage. So these projects have what we call halving. These halving are time halving and the sales halving. Halving is a mechanism that allows the control of the number of coins being minted or number of coins you have out there in the exchanges, so that the value of your holdings keep improving. Now, the time halving is a halving that, once it occurs, cuts in half the number of tokens or coins that you mint every day. So this happens 10th of February of every year. So if you were minting, let's say 10 tokens, or let's say 80 tokens, or let's say 90 tokens, like some of the projects we have are already minting at the moment, it means that by this time the following year, it would have cut in half to about 45 tokens if it was originally minting 90 when you bought it. So this is an opportunity for you to take advantage, but then it also allows your minted tokens have much more value with time. So it cuts in half the number of tokens being minted every day, so that your holdings keep appreciating in value. Then we have the sales halving. Okay, so when you have 1,000 to 2,000 of these tokens, of course, depending on the project, once you have 1,000 or 2,000 of these hubs sold, the number of tokens minted every day is reduced by a certain percentage, which is already predetermined by the entire system. So these are mechanisms put in place, like I said, to make your holdings keep gaining value with time. So the last project I'm going to be talking about before we go into the Global Business Expansion Program part is the future of aviation is digital, which is Avinoc. So Avinoc is a tokenization company that is using the blockchain to disrupt, to drive new technologies into the entire aviation industry. By that, I mean, it is allowing people to take advantage of all the products and services or whatever value that is coming up of the aviation industry in such a seamless manner. Of course, allowing you co-own that, industry or that project with them. That's why it's called tokenization. And so in case you're wondering what area they're focusing on, like I said, they're focusing on the aviation area, and they are having different projects already launched. And one of the strongest is the VU marketplace. This VU marketplace is a B2B marketplace where you can search, you can book, you can pay, and manage your, flight, private jets as it were, and a lot of other, products and services that you can take advantage here. They already have a token called the Avinoc token. Because it's a blockchain project, they already have their own token. Is called the Avinoc. So we have the loyalty program and of course the crypto payment. So these are projects, that are constantly being brought out of the Avinoc ecosystem and the services they're rendering and how it's making, that interface very seamless for everybody who is taking advantage. Now, one of the strongest programs they have is the staking and compounding program. So for perspective, staking means depositing your Avinoc tokens over a period of time so that you get rewarded for doing so. So if you're going to stake for 1 year, you get 3%. If you're staking for for 3 years, you get 15% of whatever number of tokens that you've staked. So putting away your tokens in, a staking wallet or putting it in staking allows you the opportunity to earn more rewards while also allowing the project to make progress. So it's a win-win for the project, it's also a win-win for you. And so for those who stake for 10 years, you have opportunity to earn 100%, rewards for staking your token. And guess what? These rewards are paid out every single day. So I cite you an example. You've just staked 10,000 Avinoc tokens and you've staked it for 10 years, meaning that you are going to be getting 100%. 100% means additional 10,000 Avinoc tokens to the one you stake, making it 20,000 in total. Now, what happens is that every single day, a certain percentage of the entire 20,000 is paid out to you, allowing you to compound your earnings, because as you're being paid out every day, you can actually compound your earning. Compound means putting it back into the staking pool so that you can even get greater rewards for your participation. There's a lot happening here. We've already captured a presentation about two Saturdays ago. Please feel free to make a request. You'll be glad that you did. That presentation allows you to understand everything and all the opportunities that are available here in the Avinoc project. So be sure to request that presentation. Then, in case you're wondering, I am minting all these tokens and coin. I have my hands in ZeniQ, in Tupan, in Regardless, in T-Drone, in CD, and all of this fantastic stuff. If I choose to sell my minted coins and tokens, is it possible to do so? Yes, it's possible to do so. With the app that you have, the normal app, you're already able to, see all the value that you have, everything that you have here, and you can convert them to other digital assets or other tokens or even fiat currencies if you choose, using these exchanges. Or if you like to wait for capital appreciation, just like we advise here in Genius Investors, you can have them stored at your ZeniQ hub. That's the physical hub. It serves as your portal for your digital investments, and you can monitor them both online and offline. So you see, it's very flexible. And guess what? Even if you sell your tokens today, your minted tokens today, the next day, you are sure that your hubs are busy minting these tokens for you. So it's such a fantastic project, and we invite you to it. Now, let's talk about the Global Business Expansion Program. And I mentioned Safir at the beginning. Safir Group International is a company that has exclusive rights, to market all products and digital, softwares that are coming out of the entire ZeniQ ecosystem. And they are doing this fantastically well. They want us to be part of what is happening. And we here at Genius Investors are looking to have leaders, both locally and internationally, be part of what is happening here. Sapphire, like I told you, have one vision, and that vision is to be the #1 in this industry. And they're doing so, and they have a very good reward system, as it were, one of which is the uni level. Actually, they have 4 great reward systems. I'm going to be very fast about explaining that, but be sure to join us this coming Tuesday, where we take you on a deeper dive into all that's happening here and how you can take maximum advantage. So the first reward system is the uni level, where you get to earn from level 1 to level 15. So you can see here, for level 1 is 10%, level 2 is 7%, level 3 is 5%, down to level 15. So in case you're wondering, how does this work? So you are part of what is happening here. You love the projects, you have your hands in the different projects, you have the hubs. Then you go out there and tell your friends, your colleagues, people you know this information is right for, and they come in here, listen to a presentation, they love what they see, they want to build wealth with the Sapphire project, and they come on. Sapphire rewards you 10% if they're direct referrals, 7% to 7% to 0.5% if they're indirect referrals, and you can see the levels that you can cover from level 1 to level 15. So this is exactly what I've been trying to explain. This is you love what's happening here, and then you tell your friends, and they love it too. They buy the hops are minting for them. Once they make immediately they make the purchase, Sapphire rewards you with 10%, so long they are your first generation. Now, the 10% is not from their own funds. Sapphire has funds set aside to expand the ZeniQ ecosystem. So once your friends, your family members, your colleagues, see this and they join, then you earn 10%. No matter the number of times they make this, but even if they make the purchases 10 times in a day, Sapphire rewards you 10 times of what is due you. And so you can have a lot of people here, not just 5 people, as you can see here. You can have up to 100, 1,000, 1 million people on your front line, and there is no end to the number of people you can directly bring into the ZeniQ ecosystem, the Sapphire community, as it were. Now they go out there too and do the same, tell their friends, let them know, and their friends see what's happening. They buy the hubs, they are part of what is happening here, they take advantage. Sapphire rewards you 7%. Why 7%? Because they are on your second generation. The same thing for the third generation, for the fourth generation. You can see the earnings. It doesn't matter the number of times they make, and this can keep expanding and expanding and expanding. So this is one of the fantastic ways that Sapphire is rewarding all those who are helping to spread the word about what is happening in the ZeniQ ecosystem. Then there is a career benefit. That's another reward system. Time will not allow me to explain this in details, but as you can see here, these are once-off payment that you get once you qualify these ranks. How you qualify these ranks and how you go about it, we're going to be showing you the strategies, the tips that we here at Genius Investors are also using to take advantage. So be sure to join us Tuesdays as we explain these things in details. But see here, you can see 3,000 euros, 9,000 euros, 15,000, 40,000 euros, 150,000 euros, guys, 2.5 million euros. All these have been crushed in the Sapphire community, and even here at Genius Investors, we are already taking advantage. So be sure to join us. We'll show you how this is done, and you'll be glad that you did. Another reward system is the performance benefit, where you get to earn from 10% of the profit generated from the total sales of all the products and services available here on the ZeniQ ecosystem. So 10% of all the profits generated at a particular month under consideration, you get to be part of those sharing from it, so long you've taken advantage and you are building team and of course expanding your community the way you should. Actually, this pool is divided into 3 and you can earn from all these 3. Details are in our Tuesday's presentation, so be sure to join us. And very recently we launched the Sapphire Group International token. Okay, it's called the XGI token, and this Sapphire did to allow you share in up to 25% of the profits that is generated every single month. Yes, you heard me right. So Sapphire is going to be giving out, as shares, as profit shares, or up to 25% of the total sales that it generates every single month. It's such a fantastic one. This was launched this month, and guess what? There is no other way to get this token, only when you are doing the career benefit. You're in the career benefit, you're building business the way Safir wants you. At the moment, just one of these profit share is worth 500 euros. Yes, 500 euros. So imagine you have 10 of that, imagine you have 1,000 of that, imagine you have 1,000,000 of that. What that basically means is that you own shares, you are co-owning, you know, the Safir Group International. So it has tokenized itself, and the profits that it generates every month, 25% of that is up for shares for different, you know, rank holders in the community. Such a fantastic thing to be part of what is happening here in this Safir community. So what are you expected to do now? Go back to the person who shared this invitation with you. They're going to give you a link that allows you create your own account. It's free, guys. Once you are done creating the account, then you fund your account with cryptocurrency. Could be Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, but allows you buy these hubs, okay? Remember, we talked about the ZeniQ hub, the Tupan hub, the Regardless hub, the T-Drone hub, and with 6,500, you get into the basic package. You're able to buy all these hubs, and he's buy $1,000 worth of AVNOC, and then you can start minting. This is so fantastic. Remember, this is not limiting you. There are other higher packages that you can take advantage of. You can buy multiples of these hubs, and you can do so seamlessly just by creating your own account and funding them with, you know, cryptocurrency. And then if you cannot afford, remember, you have the minting shares, you can take advantage, but at whatever level you come in, be sure that you keep growing and buying these hubs with time. It's been my pleasure showing this to you on behalf of Genius Investors. My name is Christy, and it's time now to get your feedback and reactions as I hand you over to our coach, Coach Lorenzo, for the rest of the presentation. Over to you, Coach Lorenzo.
Yes, thank you, Christy, and congratulations, guests and co-investors in the house. It's time now for your feedback. If you have any, you want to contact the person who shared this video with you or the person who invited you to this presentation. They will answer your questions and also show you a link with which to join the opportunity. Don't behave like some of us about 14 years ago. We heard about Bitcoin. We said, what's that? We never asked any question. We thought we knew everything. Guess what? In 2010, to be precise, Bitcoin was less than $1. Today, Bitcoin is between $25,000 and $30,000 for one. Another opportunity came in the year 2015. That was Ethereum. Ethereum started in 2014, but was live 2015. So if you ask Google, what was the price of Ethereum in January 2015? You're going to see that it's $1, in fact, below $1. So what is different between Bitcoin and Ethereum? Ethereum came to decentralize usage of the blockchain, while Bitcoin just came to launch the blockchain. And so each time something comes to decentralize an existing blockchain, opportunities come in from outside into the blockchain. Now we'll reach another stage of development of the blockchain called tokenization, just like what Christy told us. And ZeniQ is among the 9 that are doing tokenization. So that between now and the next 4 years, by 2027, 24 trillion worth of real world assets, RWAs, stand for real world assets, are due to be tokenized by these 9 blockchains. So let's assume before they finish, they would have gotten a 10th one. So if you divide 24 trillion by 10, each will house a value of 2.4 trillion. That is a lot, my friend, in the next 4 years. So where do you stand? That is why we called you out here. ZeniQ through Safir is giving us opportunity to be co-investors and business expansion leaders across the globe for them. A lot of money is involved, a lot of opportunity to be wealthy or wealthier by legal and credible means. It can take you 10 billion is available. You can invest 10 million euro, 1 million euro, 100,000 euro, 1,000 euro, even as low as 100 euro, you can start. So fortune favors the bold. We thought we should share this. I'm heavily invested already since 2010. All the projects that Christy mentioned, I have all of them minting for me. it is true that they mint daily. So you don't need to go to work to mint your own money.
Coach Lawrence, are you there? I think we lost him. Can anyone hear me?
We are hearing you. It's network.
Okay. So guys, before he gets in, sorry, he may have been thrown out by poor network connection. So that's exactly what we've been trying to share with you. This is an opportunity for you to build wealth credibly and legally. As you can already see, a lot of projects that are on, and like he already explained, Bitcoin and Ethereum were, the starters, and today projects have taken it even further. And where we are in this blockchain discussion is the tokenization projects. So tokenization is the in thing now, and ZeniQ gives you the opportunity to take advantage in different industry. Imagine, guys, that you are able to participate in different industries, just being in one ecosystem. It's just like somebody who walks into the supermarket and you have everything that you need to buy. So you don't need to leave that supermarket to another supermarket to another supermarket. It makes your shopping experience seamless. It makes it easy. So that is the opportunity that ZeniQ is giving us. If you love real estate, you love the environment, you want to be, in the cargo industry, you have the opportunity. And remember, this is an ever expanding ecosystem. So these projects are just for starters. A time will come when we'll be talking, of different projects from all kinds of industries. And even if you have any project you want to tokenize, or businesses that want to tokenize, ZeniQ is still open. So this is a very huge, opportunity for us to play big, to play smart, and win together with everyone in the ecosystem. I think he's back now. Coach Lawrence?
Yeah, sorry, network threw me out earlier. Okay, I think all has been said. Contact the person who invited you, or send us a direct message in case you're watching the replay or you met us on YouTube. You'll be guided on how to start and how to fund your account so that you start enjoying the benefits of tokenization, and definitely share in the 24 trillion worth of value between now and the next 4 years. I wish you the strength to act in your best interest. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Otherwise, it's time to get kicking. And if you need to do a due diligence, maybe to cross-check, remember to contact Genius Investors, who can give you the result of our own due diligence. That can help you save time. So until we come your way again, this is Wednesday, this same link on Saturday, you will find us again with the same presentation, probably by another presenter, so that you can hear it another time. 1 hour is not enough sometimes to understand a lot of what has been said. That happened to me. But what I did was, even if I didn't understand, let me start first so that I'll have interest to dig in. So whichever way it goes with you, I wish you the strength to act in your best interest so that you don't wake up tomorrow. You hear that this thing we're talking that is below $1 now. It's now $1,000. It's now $500. It's now $100. It's now $50. You say, wow, what happened to me? You want to come in and be minting so that as the price is increasing, you're getting wealthier and richer by legal and credible means. That's the central message. This is asset backed. This is backed by the UAE government. This is backed by law of the UAE launched March 2022, blockchain law. This is regulated by Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority of the UAE. So everything that everybody wanted to be or to see in one blockchain project is here. You don't want to miss the opportunity while it lasts. So thank you. Thank you, Christy, for spending your time and your knowledge with us. And we thank everybody who stayed till the end and trust that you act in your best interest. It's teaching time, save 9. Thank you, and see you again in one of our presentations.